Okay, morning students. So today again I am back with the next video in our online class. So I think you are watching video regularly, and yesterday class I have discussed about the river, okay, valley, plateau. I think you understood. If there is any problem regarding the chapter, any topic, if you are confused, you can ask question in question answer portal. So today we'll continue the topic. So once again I'll remind you, we are discussing on the different kinds of land structure. Okay, we are discussing on the topic that is the structure of the earth. In the earth there are different kinds of land mass, and they are named in different way on their appearance. Okay, so we have discussed about the plain lands. Okay, after that hills and mountains, also valley, plateau, river. Okay, and further today we'll discuss on some more topic. Okay, so that is about the lakes. So river, lakes, okay, they are the source of water also. Okay, they are the source of water, and being landlocked country, we are rich in, okay, river, lakes. That means we have lots of source of water. So what is lake? Today we'll discuss on the topic what is lake. Okay, how we'll identify whether that is lake, whether that is river, whether that is valley, plateau. We are understanding about that land mass. So lake are the stagnant water. Okay, stagnant water, that means not running water. Like in the river, we can find water is running. There is running water that is moving. But in the lake, the water is at its place. It does not move. It is collected at a place. So the tangent water, which is present in a enclosed land surface, that is enclosed by the land surface, might be with the smaller hills or bigger hills. Okay, different land structure from all around, that is closing that water. It is not giving a way to pass the water out. So the tangent water, that means collected water, which is present enclosed between the land surface, that is called lake. I think you have also visited, okay, one of the famous lake, Heva Lake in Pokhara. So it contains different types of impurities like soil, dust, mud, germs. Different kind of impurities are present in the lakes. The reason what happens now, erosion, that is by the air. Erosion, that means taking away the different impurities, and that remains on the surface of the water. Slowly that became weight, they settle down, sedimentation. So in the lake water, there is different kinds of dust particles, mud, germs, different things, different impurities are there. The source of water is unfit for drinking. That is not good for our health. Why? Because lots of impurities are there. It is not fit for drinking, but it is used for boating, swimming, washing and bathing. But this water can be used for other purpose, like in the Fevatal also, Feva Lake, there is the boating. It can be used as a swimming, to wash different things. Also for bathing it is suitable, but for drinking it is impure. It is not suitable. It is not fit. Why? Because it contains lots of impurities. In Nepal there are many lakes like Rara Lake, Feva Lake, Gosai Kunda, Tilicho, Siva Fuksundo, Jilmila. Different kinds of lakes are there in our country. Earlier I told you we are a landlocked country, but we are the we have also different other source of water. Being landlocked also, we are rich in water, and we don't have sea and ocean as a huge source of water, but other source of water like rivers, lakes, ponds, okay, different kinds of stream, glacier, different source of water are present in our country. So in our country we have also many rivers. Only as an example I am giving you only few of the known lakes and river, but there are lots of, okay, lakes and river. Next we will discuss the land mass, that is sea and ocean. Okay, sea and ocean. Sea and oceans are the large water bodies. Okay, compared to the lakes, compared to the river, sea and ocean, they are large water body. That means there is a huge amount of water stored in that. The water present in the sea and ocean is not fit for drinking. Now the water of sea and ocean is also not fit for drinking. It is not good for drinking. Okay, it affects our health. It is because many salts and minerals and impurities get mixed into it. Okay, now sea and water is also collected. Okay, the water which passes from the river, now you have seen it's rainy season, and after the rainfall there is the flood. Okay, there is water everywhere. It is collected in the river, through the river. Okay, it passes away and it goes and mix with the sea and ocean. Now during this duration, what happens, different kinds of salt, different impurities are mixed in that water, so it is not good for drinking. Okay, it is not safe for drinking. Sea water is salty in taste. It is also unfit for domestic purpose. Okay, domestic purpose, for feeding, for washing, different other work, it is not good. Why? Because it is salty. There is a contained salt in it. Okay, salt minerals are there. Irrigation and industrial needs. So for the domestic purpose, it is not suitable. For irrigation also, we cannot give these kinds of water to the plants. Why? Because it contains more amount of mineral salt. And also for the industrial use, sea water are not used. The only one proposed, okay, sea water is used to prepare the salt, and also it also helps in the transportation. Sea water plays a vital role to maintain the water cycle. It is suitable for transportation, fishing, and entertainment. Yeah, as I told you. Okay, transportation can be done. Those country which are close to the sea, now we are landlocked, we don't have any sea and ocean close to our country, so they use these water bodies as a transportation, as a means of transportation, as well as fishing and entertainment. That means different kinds of boating, rafting, different kinds of entertainment purpose can be done there. Different kinds of unicellular to multicellular aquatic organisms are found in sea and ocean. Okay, different species are there. Okay, different species they are found in seawater. Like if you remember earlier in the classification of living things, on the basis of habitat, on the basis of living, we have discussed about aquatic animals. In the aquatic animals also there are two types of aquatic: fresh water and marine water. Marine water means salty water, that is the sea water. Okay, so different kinds of animals, from starting from unicellular to multicellular, many species are there. Okay, which are living in the sea and ocean. Most of them are not explored till now. Why? Because the depth of the sea and ocean, it is very deep. So most of the organism which are unicellular, multicellular, different aquatic animals are found in sea and water. So I think students, you understood about the different structure, okay, which is found on the earth. Once again I'll repeat what we have discussed. Okay, we have discussed about the different land structure, that is plain lands, hills, mountains, okay, valley and plateau. Shortly I'll revise all. So plain lands, they are the flat land. They are between the 200 meter from the sea level. Okay, hills, the land structure which is between 200 to 300 meter, they are called hills, and above 300 meter they are called mountains. As we go up, the temperature goes on decreasing, that means we start feeling cold. Next we discuss about valley. That means the land, flat land which is surrounded by hills from every side, that is called valley. Next also we have discussed about the plateau. Plateau means it's like the hills, but hills has peak at its top. Okay, it has peak at its top, but this plateau, they have flat land on its top. There are also hills having flat land on the top. Okay, river, they are the water body, okay, which holds running water in that. After that, lakes. Okay, lakes, that is also water body, source of water, but there is water which is not moving, they are stable at a place, and they are surrounded by land mass. After that, sea and ocean. Sea and ocean are the huge source of water, and it also helps in the water cycle, and it is also good for the transportation. Also, different kinds of aquatic animals are found there. So these were the different structure which are found on the surface of the earth. Okay, that is above, on the surface, above the sea level. Okay, which we can see. Next, the topic we are discussing, that is structure of the earth. So we'll discuss outside the earth and also as well as inside the earth. So next we'll discuss the structure inside the earth, that is the internal structure of the earth. What is inside the earth? The internal structure of the earth is studied with the help of earthquake and volcano. Now it is not possible to dig and go inside and explore what is there. So sometimes there is a volcano eruption, sometimes there is the earthquake, and the internal materials which is inside the earth, they comes on the surface. And by studying that, okay, by studying that, we can identify what is going on inside the earth. So the internal structure of the earth is studied with the help of earthquake and volcano. The internal part of the earth is divided into four different layers. Okay, outer surface, outer part of the earth, on the basis of different land structure. Before just we have discussed about that. Now internal part of the earth, they are divided into four layers. They are crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. So I think you have learned in the lower classes also internal structure of the earth. So students, a detailed internal structure of the earth we'll discuss in the tomorrow video. And going doing the exercise, at last we'll discuss the exercise also. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow.